Crystal Insights Consulting is excited to present our collaborative event proposal to the Toledo City Council. The Crystal Insights Consulting team is a collaboration from the Executive Master of Organization Development class at Bowling Green State University and is comprised of Gary Gross, J.J. Lanza, Margie Schwartz, and Judson McCullough. The purpose of this collaboration was for Crystal Insights Consulting to help the Toledo City Council create a more effective, cohesive, and unified city council, leading the city of Toledo in a respectable manner. This purpose was reached through design efforts with key stakeholders and former members from the council who aided us in our proposal ideas. Outcomes for our event include a greater sense of cohesion, camaraderie, and unity, and commitment to a common cause that matters. Improved consistency in systems and processes, to discover new ways to strengthen the community, and to work together in a more effective and efficient manner. Crystal Insights has listened to the wants of the design team from council and former council members, and this is what we heard. We heard that you wanted a social event, a laid-back setting that would allow you time to come up with the most important ideas and to address key issues such as onboarding processes and plans to update systems and other processes that will help the Toledo City Council become to an ideal state. So the recommendation for our event comes from listening to the Toledo City Council's wants and needs, and our design is a dinner and a movie themed event for the council. The dinner and a movie theme will help create buy-in and excitement from its guests during their evening dinner and follow up with a day of action filled with collaboration and planning. It will begin with a dinner on Friday night where council members gather to collaborate and enjoy the casual atmosphere while dining. Guests will include members of many different stakeholder groups, including former council members, and administrative staff and leadership. The dinner will begin at 7. Appetizers will be served while the council and the staff mingle. There will be a timeline placed on the wall where will serve as an icebreaker where council members and all key stakeholders place important dates on the timeline to build a sense of camaraderie and friendship in building the plans for the rest of the event. Following the appetizers, opening credits will begin with a welcome from the Toledo City Council President and the design team members as the dinner continues. Crystal Insights will provide an overview of the outline and the purposes as well as the agenda for the event. During this working dinner, event guests will help decide on the topics for the following day's activities. This is going to be accomplished through inviting guests to share their stories and ideas about the council with the other guests and collaborate as a whole in choosing the most important topics. This is a key fact in creating that buy-in and that ownership of the ideas and the activities that will centralize around the ideas during the remainder of the event. The movie portion will be held on the second day of the retreat. This is a one-day event that begins with breakfast, moving into a morning planning meeting where council and staff determine specific goals, processes, and procedures. During the casting portion of the dinner, attendees will present a question at their tables to discuss. This question will focus on building an ideal council using the framework of scripting a movie. Attendees may move about the tables to facilitate the discussion as needed. Following the casting, there will be a special effects portion where attendees are presented with a second question at their table as they continue to enjoy their meal. This will also be followed by a third question, and these appreciative questions are designed to adduce the most important topics to be used for the following day's activities. The final section of Night 1, entitled Dailies, will be a report out on the discussions, insights, and topics of the conversations held over dinner. The section is aptly named after the product of a day's filming. Facilitators from Crystal Insights will capture these topics on flip charts for all to see. Attendees will also complete a short evaluation from the night's activities. Day 2 will kick off with a red carpet part 2 breakfast, and the Toledo timeline will be reviewed as well as a recap from the previous meeting. Following breakfast, facilitators will review topics from the dinner and the agenda for the day's activities. In the first activity of the day, we call it Lights. Attendees will pair up to share insights from the previous evening discussion as it relates to strengthening relationships of council members. In the next section, we call it Focus. Attendees will gather in 4 tables of 5. Each table will be given a topic for consideration based on the prior evening discussions. Each table will then prioritize and propose goals, processes, and procedures as it applies to their topic. Each table will come to a consensus to either continue, stop, or start these processes. During our section called Camera, the tables will present their items to the assembly as facilitators from Crystal Insights continue to capture the information on a flip chart. As a whole, the assembly will vote on the most important topics to start, stop, or continue. After the start, stop, and continue activities, there will be an action session where facilitators will report out on the voting results. The top 5 goals and procedures are identified and each will be given a leader. Teams will be formed to meet and outline the next steps necessary to achieve their goal. The top 5 goals and procedures that should be continued are identified, and the action items and plans will be set forth. There will also be team leaders assigned to make sure there is accountability and responsibility following our collaborative event. Day 2 will wrap up with a daily section comparable to the night before. Leaders report out to the assembly the progress and high points of the weekend. Facilitators will capture these events and distribute them graphically within a week of the retreat. Attendees will be given an evaluation form for the day's activities and also action plans and next steps for all of the important topics discussed. We are very excited about presenting this dinner and a movie theme for the Toledo City Council, and we thank you for listening to our presentation. We would like to especially thank Council members Adam Martinez and Tom Winooski and former Council member Colleen Cardaz as being a part of our design team. Looking forward to working with you in the future.